Welcome to MadLit Musings, the podcast where you get to eavesdrop on your favorite authors without getting caught. I've been stoked to have authors like Angela Hunt, Bill Myers, Nicole Deese, Tessa Afshar, comedian Bob Smiley, and more on the show, and this year I have another great lineup of storytellers and truth-sayers. If you love to eavesdrop at coffee shops like I do, this is the podcast for you. It's where we get real, we get tough, we laugh, and we might even cry. It's where we meet authors on a different level, where every story and podcast episode has its own heartbeat. So hang out with me today. I'm Jaime Jo Wright, your host at MadLit Musings. This is your podcast for real chats with real authors about real life. Hey everyone, it is Jaime Jo Wright here at MadLit Musings podcast, and I'm excited to have the second installment of the Beach Thrillers Anthologies that are coming to you this summer. And this is for Secrets Beneath the Waves, which is book 2, correct?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I have two of the authors joining me. This is Lisa Phillips and
Hello.
Lisa Harris.
Yep.
So welcome both of you. For readers who, if they don't know you, which would shock and appall me, but they should know you, just give us a brief rundown of who you are and the books that you're writing. And I guess I won't say we'll start with Lisa because that doesn't help. So Lisa Phillips, if you want to start, Lisa Phillips, and then Lisa Harris, you can continue.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah. So I've been published for just over 10 years, and I've written a bunch of love-inspired suspense, and then indie published a whole lot of romantic suspense, interconnected series, and then I've done a long thriller series. And this story in this collection is actually like a spin-off, so it's between two of the later books in the series. So I'm pretty excited about that because it's a point of view I haven't explored yet, and it's like somebody who's an integral member of the team. And then, so just because we have all that set up for me to indie publish, we decided to get into the anthology game.
Yeah.
We're actually, my husband and I and my assistant are actually the publisher for this collection. Just trying to find ways for authors to collaborate, support each other, to introduce our readers to new authors. And so, yeah, it's been super good so far. So I'm excited. This is our first thrillers collection.
I love that. I love the fact that there's a thrillers collection. And yeah. Taylor and I, in our first interview, we were talking about the difference between what is the difference between a thriller and a romantic suspense. And Taylor summed it up perfectly. She's like, there's no romance. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's thrilling and a little bit more fast paced. So super fun. I love it. And Lisa Harris comes to us. Are you still in South Africa, Lisa?
I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I knew for a while you were in South Africa.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I started writing like 20 plus years ago. And then we did live overseas in South Africa and Mozambique for about 20 years. COVID kind of changed everything. I needed to come back and be a caregiver and family stuff. So we've been back about officially like 2.5 years.
Okay.
And so we're back in Texas, which is kind of fun. And I used to write for traditional publishers, Ravel and Zondervan and Love Inspired. So all suspense, romance, that kind of stuff. And then probably about 3 years ago, I just couldn't handle the schedule anymore with all my responsibilities. And so I decided to go indie. And so I think I work as much or more as before, but at least most of the time I can change my due dates, if I have to.
Right.
And in this collection, I'm doing my first spy thriller. So it's actually connected to my last psychological thriller series. The character just had a cameo. Okay. And then this will be her series. So I'm excited. It's going to be very international. This one is set in Paris. This one doesn't really have any romance, but it will. As the series continues, all from her point of view.
I'm sensing like this is really cool because in talking with Taylor in the last interview and then with you guys and myself, I love how these are like stories in and of themselves, and yet there's setups for or continuations of other pieces that we've all been writing, which is super fun. for, I think, the readers to be introduced to some of the side characters a little bit more and potential new stories. So that's exciting. So Lisa Harris, take us a little bit deeper into your story. Now, yours is called The Parisian Assignment, which the minute I saw that, I'm like, well, mine's just set in like Wisconsin swamps, but whatever. You can go Paris if you want.
So yes, I do love Paris, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Sorry. And so she's a CIA officer and living in Paris, and has to search for one of her assets who has been kidnapped. And then, of course, it all kind of, though, there's also this big arms deal that they've got to stop. So there's some worldwide consequences if she doesn't save the day. So it's just a lot of fun. I ended up doing it in first person because that's just what came. And I did my last series in first person as well.
Interesting.
I always loved first person because I grew up with all the Gothic romances, that were all in first person. So I love that. And it's been really fun. So it's going to be, I don't know how long the series is going to be. It's going to be in different assignments that she has. Okay. And all over the world. So yeah, I'm excited.
I love it. It almost sounds a little bit like, maybe I'm completely off base, but I'm getting like Mission Impossible vibes, but with a female protagonist. Or antagonist. Protagonist. I always get those mixed up. Protagonist is like the main good character, right?
Yes, she's the good one.
Okay. I have to remember that antagonist would go with my mom's past when she would yell at me, Jamie, stop antagonizing your brother.
Oh,
that was not a good thing. Oh, so am I correct though? Like the Mission Impossible vibes with protagonist.
Yeah. And then she's got her security officer who she's not sure if she can 100% trust. And there's backstory of she lost her fiance. She's trying to find him. Most of my series have kind of these overarching storylines that go through all of them with completed. Then each story is complete, but there's still an overarching storyline. And I'm doing the same with this. So
that's cool. I like that. It's that element of, I was talking to my husband the other night, we were watching some crime show. And I said, it's always fun to watch these because you really get involved in just the one episode. And at the same time, there's always a little tidbit that's tying them to something that you're like, when there's the series finale, you better wrap this up. Because I've been faithfully watching season after season to figure this out. Yeah. So Lisa, Phillips, is yours that way too? Or tell us about yours.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. Okay. So this character, so it's my long-running Brand of Justice series, which are all single point of view from the main character. Okay. Except when she gets kidnapped, and it's all from the husband's point of view is the next book, which is actually the one immediately before this collection releases. So it's kind of like in the aftermath of that, we go with this other character, and there's a little kind of side story still connected to the main over arc of the whole series of this group that they're trying to take down. And I think I am planning to do maybe like a trilogy or a little mini series with him as the main character and him and this girl, because I tend to do like there's a romance, but it's like over the whole series. And so very slow burn. Yeah. And so this is really like the beginning of them getting to know each other more and spending more time together. So it's still a little bit more conflict between them, and like, I don't like that about you. Or do I really trust you? I don't know. Right. Like, what's your angle here? And so then it likely will develop into something later, depending on what I decide to do in the next couple of years. So yeah.
Jeez, wow, all these characters, and we have to keep them all straight too. So do you guys have like trees or grid lines when your series Crisscross was with different? How do you keep everybody straight?
So I tend to, within my thrillers, it's like almost its own world, to where just within that series, I have all the people in it. And I have used, software to keep track of characters and spreadsheets and things like that. Just to be like, okay, did I kill this person, or can I still use them? Like, I have no idea.
Are they dead?
And I have a couple of readers that I'll text them and be like, is this guy dead, or did I just arrest him? And they'll like go and look it up in the book. I love that. Because so I try to keep this all contained just for my own sanity, because over on my romantic suspense side, it's 4 or 5 series are interconnected, and now they're interconnected with Sunrise Publishing series and Susan May Warren's world.
Yes.
So now they're all super interconnected in a way that like makes my brain hurt trying to figure it out. Like, you've used this last name before, like you can't use this name again. Go find somebody else. So I know how much work it is trying to keep continuity straight and all the characters straight, and try to, as fun as it is to borrow old characters or, kids from her books from 10 years ago, now they're like in their, they're 17, 18, and that's a whole lot of fun. So there's upsides to it, but trying to keep it all straight is a lot.
That is a lot.
It is complicated. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Lisa Harris, is that something that you've run into too?
Oh yeah, I have like Excel sheets and binders, and I use Plotter some, which kind of gives you index cards. I don't do it as much anymore, but taking index cards. When I was doing a medical thriller with a friend, and we had tons of index cards that we would lay out on the floor and try to organize everything because it was so complicated. And we actually went back in and did a couple stories, or at least one story that was like before the whole series. And it's very complicated.
Yeah. I find it's complicated just in one book to keep those types of details, even if you don't have crisscross of other characters. Like the book that I just wrote, there's 2 different timelines, but I had a friend of mine who also helps me out with beta reading and stuff. And she's just insane because she has a notebook and she writes down every date, and she calculates, and she lives for that. She caught so many things. She's like, Jamie, no, that was 6 years here. You have it 5 years here. And I'm like, only you're going to catch this. She goes, no, there's a reader out there who will catch this and blame you for the terror.
They do. And they will tell you.
Yes.
I found that reader, and now I have her, I call it like beta editing, because she's like, this was a fork and now it's a spoon and now it's a fork again.
Yes.
And so I have to catch these things. I had a kid who had just come out of juvenile hall, and I had him driving a car, and she's like, when did he learn to drive? So I was like, and he drove badly.
Oh, that's
crashes
funny.
into a mailbox. So she's just fantastic at picking out those things. And so I lean on those people with those strengths to help me make sure I get everything straight.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and this girl, she's in her last year of high school. And so she's young. And in my last book, I had a teenager, and the teenager was trying to describe something. And so she was talking to the woman. She goes, well, think about it in the sense of, and then she continued. And this girl, she puts in a little comment. She goes, there isn't a 16 or 17-year-old alive in 2025 who would say in the sense of. I'm like, oh, that's another benefit having you help me. My age is coming through. Oh, fun. So
that's great.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so Lisa Phillips, your book is called Death in Shadows.
Yes.
And then Lisa Harris is The Parisian Assignment. Sorry, it's just fun to say.
It is.
I know.
It's like Parisian. Exciting. You can't just say The Parisian. It's The Parisian. And then we have 2 other stories with 2 authors that aren't with us today. We have Eye of the Mind by Sarah Davison, who writes some fantastic thriller fiction. So Lisa Phillips, what made you want to invite Sarah into this group of amazing authors?
We try to pull from people we know who have established careers. And maybe they're either indie authors or with a smaller publisher, or they're transitioning from one part of their career to a different season in their career. And and then we also will have authors who this is their first book. We have a couple in the romantic suspense collection, Long Hot Summer, who this is their debut, or their debut full length. So it's super fun to help them come into the market, get established, help lift them up. So I've known Sarah Davison for a while. So and then read a couple of her books, and okay, you seem like somebody who'd be a good fit for this. So
she's pretty good. She's also a Christie Award finalist, I think twice now at least. So she's definitely making her mark. But I will read the back of her book for her since she's not here to explain what it's about. But it's firefighters Firefighter Jules Adler suspect her blind date with Officer Dante DeMarco will not go well. Blind dates never go well. When she witnesses a violent crime, the night goes from bad to worse fast. Dante, the police sketch artist, is tasked with getting enough details from her to draw the killer. If only Jules could visualize the man's face. She and Dante are forced to spend a lot more time together than either would like, trying desperately to come up with a likeness. The problem is, with a ruthless psychopath closing in, that time is about to run out. Ooh, it kind of sounds a little bit like an enemies to lover type element going on there, like some serious tension between the two.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. And then the other author is Terry Toller, who I have never met.
I don't think I have ever met him either. Yeah.
Okay.
I did an anthology project with him a couple years ago, but I haven't met him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that was one of my questions, was it, am I correct in saying he? So he's the guy of the collection. He wrote Apples Don't Fall, which I thought is an intriguing title when you think about gravity and Isaac Newton. Ellie Austin is more than just a new CIA operative. She's the daughter of legendary spy Jaime, good name, Austin. With that name comes impossible expectations and the weight of a legacy she never asked for. When a mission in the Cayman Islands spirals into a deadly game of cat and mouse, Ellie is forced to take lethal action while hunting a mole embedded deep within the agency. As bodies surface and secrets tighten, trust becomes dangerous and failure unthinkable. Her parents are watching, the mission is critical, and Ellie must prove she's not just her mother's daughter. She's a force all her own.
Ooh. I like that.
Some more spies, so I'm excited.
Yeah, right. So Terry has a long-running thriller series. I think that Jaime Austen is his long-running thriller series. So then this is connected to it. And I always try to do what I can to invite men into things like this, especially with a thriller versus romantic suspense. It really lends itself to like let's bring in more guy authors. And I asked a whole bunch, and it was like can't because of schedule or like I've got other stuff going on. So you know, every single time I try as much as I can to, you know, get the people that are the right fit for it. And so, so I'm sure his story will make a great addition to it.
Yeah. That's exciting. I like that. I was just seeing a post on, I think it was Facebook, where people were asking for different male authors that write thrillers specifically. So it's neat to have one in this anthology collection.
Yes, for sure.
For sure. But that's cool too. I didn't realize this was a spinoff of another series of his. So if anybody's just waiting for this one to come out in September, you can pick up Terry's stories about Jaime Austen, who I should read now, because there's not often you see Jaime as a lead heroine's name. So I'm into that.
That's cool.
Oh, this is great. So this collection comes out in September, correct? We have September 12th. The collection before this is called Secrets on the Shore, I believe. You know, I asked, you know, it sounds right. We're going to go with that.
Sounds good.
Yes, Secrets Along the Shore.
I
should know that because that's the one my story is in. But we have Secrets Along the Shore and Secrets Beneath the Wave, which are called beach read thriller collections, not necessarily set on a beach, but perfect for beach reading.
Yes.
Which we all want to do. And these are going to be available in what formats, Lisa Phillips?
Yeah, so they'll be on ebook and in Kindle Unlimited. So the ebook will be exclusive to Amazon, and then the paperback will be available everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And so they could get paperback if they go to like Barnes and Noble.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Lisa Harris, is there anything else we need to know about your story that I didn't ask you that you're just aching to tell?
Well, I'm already started with book 2 that I'm hoping to come out in October, so people can get that book and then jump into the next book.
Perfect.
If I can keep up with my deadline.
Which is, again, the bonus of being indie published. You can just push that deadline back without making any noise.
That's my plan.
Okay. Good. I like that plan. It's a good plan, because then that means we don't have to wait more than 30 days.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great. Lisa Phillips, is there anything else we should know about any of the collections or anything? Because you've got a couple collections coming out this summer too, not just this one.
Yeah, so we had a 4-volume Long Hot Summer romantic suspense, and then immediately following that are these 2 volumes of thrillers, and then we've got 2 Christmas volumes coming out in the fall.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited.
So if people want to keep track of all these different anthologies coming out, where's the best way for readers to stay up on all the releases as they come and go?
Yeah, Two Dogs Publishing has Instagram and Facebook, and then we have a website also.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I'm following them, by the way. And then I keep seeing all these great little posts about new books. I'm like, my to-be-read pile's tilting.
Right. Yep.
But that is a bonus of these, though, I like, because they're not novellas, so they're not super short, but they're also not these really long 100,000 word books that take me a week or 2 to read.
When there's when there's 4 people in a collection, we've had one that had 5 authors in it that we ran into the issue of the paperback ends up being too long to where they actually won't print it. So we have to do 4 is the maximum per volume to get. The paperback's chunky, but it's kind of fun to have like a big thick book to take on vacation with you. It's got 4 stories in it. Those are perfect. And so I forgot what I was talking about.
We were talking about book lengths, not novellas.
Yes. So I feel like for each story, it's enough that it's satisfying, because I feel like when they're too short, it's like, oh, I kind of wanted more than just this little, 10,000 words or what have you. And so, it being, novel length technically, depending on how you want to quibble about that, but just like it's enough to be satisfying and to really give you a taste of what is this author about, and then do I want to read other stories by them. So I found that's a pretty good length.
I like that. And again, I love it when they're interconnected to other stories that are out there or coming out, because then it's just like, you can just enter that world and know that there's going to be more.
Yeah.
So,
That's
awesome. Well, thank you both for joining. For anybody listening, there are 2 anthology collections coming out, one in August and one in September. Secrets Along the Shore and Secrets Beneath the Waves, with a collection of pretty amazing authors, if I might say so myself. So definitely not ones you're going to want to miss. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's like, you're golden, because you're just going to get 8 books really fast. So awesome. Well, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck on the releases and the ones to come.
Yeah,
thank you.
And that's a wrap for today here at MadLit Musings. I hope you join us again. And if you want to, be sure you like and subscribe here at your favorite podcast player or on YouTube, because you won't want to miss all the wonderful alerts that let you know when we have another conversation for you to eavesdrop on.